Okay, everyone, this is Vic West speaking this morning. And I'm doing a little short demo video of the Auto Trader. And this is the NQ that's being traded here. We're about 2 minutes away from the market open. And we generally going to have a lot of high-speed action in the first few minutes of the open. Any instrument is going to be trading pretty radically. A lot of trades are being filled as market on open. So let me get my little timer going here. You don't really want to have, you see, what we're looking at here is you can see all this moving action. This is the Auto Trader window. This is fully automatic now. If I've got one indicator in here, it's called a VRP1, and what it does is it bridges the previous bar to the newest bar. So when this bar closes, actually, the point is, if I had turned this on, this would have been going short right
Regular now. Market open.
It would have closed, and I don't have it turned on. But you can, I'm going to turn it on now. Here we go, a little bit fast, but anyway. Regular market open. You would
short VPA V2 Renko.
Okay. If I had turned it on, it would have been going short before the market opened, because it made a reversal right here and it went short right there. Because I didn't turn it on at the beginning of the bar, it didn't take that trade. Okay. You don't have to turn this on in the first few seconds of the market anyway. If you don't want to, you can wait for your first bar. Right now, the first bar would have been short, and now it's going wildly back up. By turning it on after the bar closed, then it will not take a trade till the bar closes the next bar. Okay. Right now, even though you've got your green cylinders here for the Renko, is trying to move short initially, because it's, like I said, it's waxing back and forth, taking the trades. So I would have gone short if I'd have had it in before this bar closed, and I didn't. So it'd be into some serious money right now, because it's going, as you can see, it's going down. Okay. And even though we didn't have a red bar here, it would have been going short. You can see it's moving down. If that keeps going to the close of this bar, then it will take a short on it. Should take a short on it. But if this starts moving very quickly to the upside before the bar closes, and it's still green here, then the Auto Trader will have to make a decision based on the confluence of the algorithm which is built in there, which is volume pressure, price pressure, and momentum. There's a combination of three algorithms that have to be digested by the automatic action of the Auto Trader to decide which way to go. It won't always be right, guys. Sometimes it's going to make a loss. I don't think that it's possible to make anything that doesn't make a loss, but this would be in a serious short right now. Okay. Now I'm going to try to pause the movie here from time to time, because I can't make these too long. They get too long, and I can't post them to my website. Not my website, but YouTube site. Okay. So I'm going to pause this, and I've got the volume up very high right now. So if any of you can't hear this, you know, you've got your own volume control on your computer, and you just need to turn up your own computer. because I'm running real hot right now. It's just all the way up, so there shouldn't be any problem with you hearing me. All right, I'm going to pause it and wait till it takes the first trade. And like I said, it might take a loss on this first trade, but we'll see. Okay, I've already got 5 minutes and 20 seconds in this video. I'm limited to about 18 minutes to post it on YouTube, so it still hasn't taken a trade, so I'm gonna pause it again. Okay, just a quick heads up. The auto trader will put a message in here. This is assumed a long exit. Okay, that means that when it closed the bar, it went short right here. So it's pretty much able to align itself pretty well when it makes its first trade. And obviously it was not turned on and it was not in a trade. If I had it on before that, it would have been short. Like, I don't mean to repeat myself, but I just want you to understand what you're seeing. Now, while I'm waiting for it to take a trade here, guys, I just want you to know that I support this platform with changes from time to time. Sometimes I'll change settings or improve it. If I send you the initial offering, then I'll send you overwrites to correct or to improve situations that would help align the platform. It's just like everything else. Everything gets upgraded. Windows puts in upgrades. Everybody puts upgrades. Consider it an upgrade. If I give you an overwrite here, it's going to improve it or tell you to change a setting. Now this is a stop and reverse Renko 8, but I don't want you to use that, and I probably will not give it to you. This is a Renko 15. Right now the 15 is doing a pretty darn good job of screening out the noise. Those of you that do have the platform already, I'll be probably using this or the EMINI option to go live in here and invite you guys to that. It's a free webinar virtual trading room or virtual conference room, which is free for everybody. But those of you that may have the platform now, there's some minor changes. We're going to go to a format symbol and change this to a 15. Had this at 12,000, but the 11,500 days back is pretty close. It's a little faster. Everything here is preset for you when you get the platform. All right, still no trades yet. 8 minutes in, 8 minutes and 5 seconds. You had a whole lot of people buying and selling here in the first few minutes, so it looks like it's went short. Now it's going long. A lot of riffraff here. This is a lot of high-speed data to have to try to digest. I can't really tell you right now what it's going to do because I'm letting that make that decision to sort through all this noise of the price action, which noise is not direction. It's just a whole lot of people getting in and out. Okay, just to mention it to you, this is Friday. It's Mondays and Fridays are generally a lot of times there's not as much action, but NQ usually has a lot of action. I want to mention to you guys as part of the instruction, if you're familiar with E-minis at all, you have a contract roll date. Your contract lasts about 6 months. You're better for it to wait till it's at least 90% or better, or all the way through your contract roll date before you start trading. If you trade in the middle of either one, then it can get real hard for the thing to make a decision. There's not enough volume and not enough direction. It gets crazier in contract roll. So I went from the NQ is now down to 1597. It's stopped because this is the 21st. So there's nothing there. I can remove that. All the action now in the NQ is trades are over here. You can see it happening. It will. I haven't tested it for the S&P or the YM yet, but these are the other culpable instruments that should work with this. Oil, there's other things that it might work with, but right now I don't want you to try to use it with real money, trading anything but the NQ. You can do what you want. It's up to you, and it's either going to work or it isn't. And like I said, trading price action is pretty wild stuff to try to do. We just about have to have a computer to do it. I mean, not a computer, just a platform that will either take it manually. By the way, this is the manual platform, and that's the manual platform. In other words, it gives you alerts, and it'll tell you short VPA. You hit your short button over here, and then you let it go. And then over here, if it's long, then you just hit the reverse button. Now, I want you guys to understand something here. I have to run these things in simulation when I demonstrate them. I can run them real money, and that's fine. They will work in real money, but real money is slightly different a little bit. Sometimes there's differences in the amount of people that are at the bid or at the ask with real money. The only way it can really affect it is if your trade makes a difference. In reality, your one trade is absorbed by so much going on here that it really shouldn't make any difference. All right? So far in testing, the beauty of this platform is it's doing all the work under the hood. It's automatic. I mean, I can't explain the code, but I've got it designed to where it should be able to make heads or tails of the random action, or the randomicity of the price, if you want to call it that. There's order within chaos. And look it up. If you guys want to learn that about chaos, well, they can find order within chaos. That's what this is trying to do, to find the order, to find the direction. The pressure solidifies into 3 different algorithms in alignment, then it's going to take a trade. Until they're all 3 in alignment, it won't do it. Why? Because it's just noise. It's just going all over every random field. There's no direction. I said that before. All right, I got 12 minutes. I just wish it would take a trade. All right, I'm going to pause it. I've only got so many minutes here, and I did want to give some instructions here, but 12 minutes, maybe I can get it all done in the next 7 minutes as a short demo. Okay, one more thing I'm going to say here. Well, a lot more things, but it might not have taken this trade when I turned it on. If I turned it on before the market, it would have taken it, but I turn it on after the market, then it has to digest that bar. And if it's not enough, it might not have taken that short. So I can't tell. It looks like it assumed a long exit. But when I turned it on, it didn't have enough going to take the short. See, technically, that is the beauty of the platform. You turn it on, and it's going to go where it is going at that moment, and with the stuff in alignment at that moment. So it takes all the guessing out. It does all the work. Okay, now just once you know, this is a stop and reverse version. It doesn't have a PO set over here, and it doesn't have a PO set in the algorithm. I can set a PO in there, and it does pretty well with that. It'll take about $300 a trade if I set a PO in there. And if it does that 2 or 3 times, you might as well just shut down and be done for the day, because it might take a $300. If it takes 4 or 5 $300 trades and makes it one $300 loss, that'd be time to quit right there. And you can turn it off anytime you want. If 300 is enough and you got things you want to do for the day, be happy. Just take it and run, shut everything off. If you're retired, this is your business. Okay, 14 minutes already. Okay, we're almost 20 minutes into the market already, and still hasn't taken a trade, and that's fine. Okay, still no trades. I'm going to take a minute to talk to you about margin, guys. TradeStation requires about $6,350, $6,500, pretty close to $6,500 initial deposit in your account to open an account with TradeStation. Once that amount is in there, then they allow you to trade at 25% of that day trade rate. But if you had losses in here like I have, have quite a bit less money in there than the 6,500. I really need to be bringing my account back up. And I had some losses on the thing, not with this, but with some other stuff. And one day I was in real trying to sell a vehicle and thought I was in simulation, and I didn't even. I was running the other one, the reverse over here, where it manually tells me what to do. So I wasn't taking any of the signals, thinking it was Sam. I was just going to watch it, and it was in real. So it would have made money, but anyway, so I lost some money, pretty close to $1,000 on that because I didn't take the reverses. That was my fault. Now I can add more money to my account, but I don't really want to do that. I want to let it trade back out. All right, I'll pause it again. No trades yet. If it makes a trade, you're going to hear in the background order filled. It'll automatically say order filled, and it will be in it wherever the price is at that second. And you'll see it all show up on the matrix over here. Start showing you where you got in. Be green if it's long, and the profit, or red if it's short. But see, it's just all over the place right now. It's typical. So let you know, I'm using a free platform called Active Presenter. It's a very good platform. It's free. It works as good as some of the other ones that I used to have, and it doesn't cost you anything. So I have to convert it to a video format that's usable on YouTube. Now some of this is just going to be repeat information that I've already posted on my Yahoo board. But just want you guys to understand that I can't provide you this platform until you download my trader's agreement and agree to it, sign it in front of a notary. You must be funded in TradeStation with the platform version that I require you to download and utilize. And that's not 9.5, guys. It's 9.1 update 29. Now it will work.
Short VPA V2 Renko.
And it will work. It will work in 95, but I don't like it. It's hard to find things, and they moved everything around in the restaurant or the store. Here it's real straightforward. It's not bloated. You can always go from a lower version to a higher version. So you could download and install 9.5 and have it as an alternate version. You can activate or deactivate any version. If you put the 9 version on your computer and the 9.5 version, then if you use 9.5 and then you want to go and you're using it, and then you want to start your 9.1, then you have to activate it. So you can activate back and forth, but that's another thing, in terms of using TradeStation's platform and finding things. That's your responsibility to learn how to use TradeStation to find things. I'll help you with that insofar as you need to find things in 9.1 or to change things in here with regard to the platform that I'm offering, again, which is free to the end of 2019. And when you fund with TradeStation, the only thing that you need to understand is that TradeStation is not going to allow people to charge or provide things that cost, lease or otherwise, unless that person's approved. Such I would be one of those people. Right now, you're using a free platform, so there's no constraints on your being able to use this and make money with it free. As you're not paying me anything. You're using it for free. You're getting to use it for a demonstration. And of course, you're taking the risks, but there's risks in trading. If you're not willing to take risks in trading, then you don't belong in the market as a day trader. You have to have good charts for it. It's the most advanced form of trading there is. I'm already into 19 minutes. I hope that I'm going to be able to post this. The beauty of this platform is it's protective. It's the auto trader is not going to just willy-nilly take some trade. It's built to be protective of the position. Unless we get the alignment of those three algorithms, it's not going to take that trade. And without that, you don't have any ability to trust the platform to do the right thing most of the time. And even with that, it can get going the wrong way. But overall, you should end up with more money than you lose. It's not like gambling at the casino, guys. You've got an extreme edge with this. You're a trader. You're not the house. I mean, obviously the NQ and the exchanges are the house. You're trying to earn money in their house, okay, with their traders, against their traders. That's what this is really about. You're in a type of poker game, but it's obviously not the same thing. You're not reading cards or reading faces, but the algorithm here is reading this price. So it's way different in that regard. But you got an extreme edge here to make some extreme money. And should be able to make a lot more than you lose. So I'm in the 20 minutes. I'm going to just run this as long as I have to, because if I won't post, I'll have to start over again. Just very quickly. Now, I'm giving you the manual one here too, guys. Manual alerting. This one is got 8 different settings. But it sets up the message center, and then it gives you an audible alert. So far, we've had 2 audible alerts. It went short at 16, 17. It stayed short, even though it went down. So 17 down to 15, 76, 15. That's not much movement. It's pretty much, you can see this just trading real close to that price. 76.16. Presumably, once it finds direction, it gets through the noise, then it will start moving hard in one direction or the other. It's obvious from here that you can see that it's on one bar and it's just real flat. Backfilling. It's filling and backfilling. That's all that is. Okay, the short is deepening a little bit. If it closes that bar, if we get enough deepening, that'll mean there's confluence and alignment. It'll probably go short. But it's hard to say. It might catch the reversal instead. And the short is deepening. It's going, see, that's just dropping like a rock right there. I wish it had been in. If I'd have turned it on before the open, it would be in this short. And maybe even right at the beginning. I just waited too long. Or turning it on. Now it was down to 76.09 down here, but it's still all over the place here. Okay, I've linked in the manual trader platform over here a little bit. You can see that if you started out with a new bar and you had your cylinder here and your pressure bar here starting out red, then you would have been short right there. And it would have told you to do it. Okay, so from here to there, we're looking at some serious money. Let's see what that is. 76, well, let's give it a little bit of movement. 76.18 to 76.07. And that would be 11 points at $220. So you'd be up $220 on one contract with the NQ trading the manual at this point. And it may go deeper. There's down to 76.06. Anyway, either one of those are going to work pretty well. I like the Auto Trader because there's nothing to do except turn it on. And there's a partial instructional video for those of you who have the platform now or in the future. Here's how you turn it on. You left click your automated chart. You see your automated up there. Then right click it, go to format symbol, and you will get, I'm sorry, that's not right. Right click it and go to format strategies. Okay. And this will give you this window. There's your strategy. It's on here. You just click this box and it'll say I agree, say yes, and then automate. It's already clicked. I'm sorry. Hit automate execution. This is similar right now. This will be your real account. Turn it on here and then say I agree. Then you have to go over and change this from on to off and I agree again. And when you close that bar, you're fully automated. You can just about turn this on just about any time. If I'd have turned this on before the open, it would have been in the short for sure. because in the pre-market's an hour and a half before the regular market open in New York. So pre-market is everything starting to happen in pre-market. So if you turn it on there, you would be in it. Okay, I got another alert to go short again on the manual trader. So it's still going short, but we just now finally got an alert to go short on the close of the bar. So it is in automatically now in a short, finally, after all this time here. It's almost 7:20 my time, which would be, what is it, 10:20, 10:21. All right, so this is stop and reverse. So this is going to go as far as it can go where it got in here. Obviously, it didn't get this up here because it didn't have it turned on before the market opened. This would have been a lot more money. We'd have been in it up here, 76.30. Wow, that's 32 points. 32 times 20 is $640. Now, there's no doubt that this platform can do the job. Now,
Short VPAV2 Renko.
okay, I've got another one on Renko. See, all three of these are short, you know. So either one of these platforms are going to do the job as long as there's some volume in the trader. Now I've got 26 minutes into the trade, and I think this is a pretty good demo for a Friday. And I'm going to pause it, and then I'm going to let it run till it reverses. Just to let you know that what goes up must go down, and vice versa in the market. You got the people that buy, you got the people that sell. You get all these people selling to get out of the trade, or they're selling short. That increases the pressure down. But depending on who overrules who here, if you have a short squeeze here, then what will happen is that all the short sellers will buy the cover, and it doesn't matter that the people are long in here, because they could have been long way before this was, like yesterday or something. But if they cover, they buy the cover, then it'll make it bounce. It'll be a short squeeze going up. But the auto trader, if there's enough buying to cover pressure, it will see that and maybe it'll only take half of this instead of where it got in. It's just where it gets in and where it gets out all that matters. Dynamic. All right, 27 minutes, and let's see where we go. Now, I do want you guys to put this in perspective. I've had this platform turned on for about 55 minutes. $130 an hour is what this is. This is not $10 an hour here or $9 an hour. There's people that work all day and barely make $100. So don't ever put down and say, oh, that's not very much money. You got to put things in perspective. Not that you won't, but I'm just trying to coax you to keep it in perspective. Personally, I could quit. I could kill this right here. It close, and that's it. Be done for the day. It's Friday. I want to do what I want to do. I didn't have to wash cars. I didn't have to do hard manual labor. I didn't have to punch somebody else's clock. I didn't have to kiss somebody else's ass, pardon my Greek, to get my money. Now, you do pay your own, obviously, if you're self-employed, you run something like this, you buy your own medical insurance. You pay your own taxes, Schedule D is all you pay on this. The end of the year, you pay short-term gains on Schedule D. They just take the amount of money you had to start with and what you got left over at the end of the year. That's what you made for the year. They're going to take about 40% right there. So the federal government gets the lion's share of your profits, and they think they deserve it because they're running the government, but they don't deserve that much money. There's a lot of excess in the government, but don't get me started on that. All right, look at that. See, if you just let it run, here's what I'm saying. This would have happened, all right? This is the way it would have happened. It'd be a lot more than that. It'd be about $800 right now if I turn it on before the open. And you can turn it on before the open. But if you turn it on in the pre-market, that's when everything starts to run. Hour and a half before the regular market open. You should be able to, even if it gets going the wrong way and took you a loss, say it took $100, $200 or $300 loss. Man, I've seen it take that and come all the way out of it within 15 minutes. So it's all based on time. All right, I got
Short
29.
VPA V2 Renko.
And another short on the manual. These are continuous alerts on the manual trader. See, I had this originally as a manual, and then I have a friend, his name Bob Wooster. He encouraged me to automate it. He's been a big help and encouraged me to do things outside the box. I mean, I can code. I know what I'm doing. I got it down. I'm not a heavy-duty programmer. I use simple algorithms, simple types of things to make it work in my coding. All right, I got 30 minutes and 37 seconds. I will pause it right here. And we're starting to see some of that covering action I was talking about, buying to cover. People sold short. That's your short squeeze right there. Now, if it vacates the short positions and there's new people coming in short, then that will, see, it warps the line and it'll continue going down. See? And they're not all shorts. Like I say, these are people selling too. I mean, they're selling. So as they sell, the shorts add on. So when they sell, your long people are giving up their position. They're flat, okay? But here, there's just other long people. There are people that are long. They're getting out. See, but the people that are selling take the opposite side of the trade. They increase the pressure. Actually, it's like a falling knife. They used to call it trying to catch a falling knife. You know, there's a lot faster moves down because of the exponential of it. You know, increasing the speed. People selling their position to get out and people selling short, that increases the pressure down. It's a lot faster down than it is up. Most of the time you don't see fast action buying going up. You do sometimes, but not very often. Not in this instrument. And you can go out any time. You could just close it down here and go flat, shut it off, be happy with your $250, $300. You get a round turn commission of, I guess about $5 or $6 between TradeStation and the exchange. Now I will tell you that Fridays are generally a sell-off day for the week, and people that have been in it for all week take their profits at the end of the week and they start over next week. These are your day traders, not your intraday traders. I might have already said this, but I'm going to say it again. You guys have to understand that I'm not going to provide this platform to you till you send me that signed notarized agreement, snail mail. That's got to be in my file before I'll send you the algorithm. Okay, everyone, we're now an hour and a half into the market. It's almost 8 o'clock my time, which would be 11 o'clock Eastern. You can just let it run, or you can shut it down at your discretion. You kill it, just hit close, turn off the auto trader. You got to go in and right click, go to Format Strategies, and do like I showed you, and then turn it off. Do that before you close out, because when you hit File and hit Exit, it's going to ask you, do you want to save all workspaces? And you have to have that off. The auto trader needs to be off for you to do that correctly. Okay, like I said, you can just let it go. You know, if it reverses, it might take back some of this $300 and then start making money the other way. Just depends on where it happens and how long you want to stay in the market. If you're happy with $300, $50, $100, again, like I said, it doesn't matter. Just it's up to you. You're in the driver's seat in terms of how much you want to try to make that day based on what the market will give you. That's basically what it will do. And I'd hate to get in a situation where it starts going so flat that nothing happens and takes back too much money in the flatness of the position. All right, I got 34 and a half minutes. I'm going to pause it one more time. The next time I'm going to shut down and try to post this video to YouTube. Okay, guys, thanks for watching, and good trading to everybody, and hopefully we'll be able to make some money with it between now and the end of next year. I'll talk to you later in a bit. I'm going to pause it one more time. Now, because I had it paused, you obviously didn't hear it, but I got another alert on the VPAV learning on this chart. This has been short on this all this time. So it's a continuation short. If you were manual, you'd been short way back here. You'd be down to 76.17, 75.80. That's 35 points for about $700 on that short. Doesn't matter. We got to go to the best part of it. The good part of the move we've gotten. Something. All right. One more time. Pause it. Okay. I had a couple alerts to go long on the VPAV manual. So this could have been interpreted as a point to exit on the auto trader and take the money and run. In other words, close it. Again, like I say, you guys have the option of doing manual or auto trader. All right, I've got enough. 36 minutes. You guys know the drill. I'll talk to you later, and I'm going to post this on the YouTube. And if you have any questions, just post them to my Yahoo board site. If you are a friend on Facebook, then you can message me. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you later, and have a good weekend.